The second that the Tea Party emerged, the array of academia, the mainstream media, and Hollywood immediately said, racist. Why? Because it saw that it had kept the Republican Party at bay. And as a result, they did no outreach. They never said freedom and liberty are for you too. They accepted the premise. Even though I was in a drug, alcohol, fun haze at Tulane with my American Studies degree, you cannot be anesthetized enough not to recognize the poverty around there and what government dependence does to the human psyche. And I started to piece it all together. The left is crazy. The people who created the Great Society, I can't tell you how many times I got robbed in New Orleans that I got used to it. That's a very strange thing. You get used to it. I just got mugged, and you just go on with your life. It happened all the time. And I started to piece together how that community existed and why it was set up the way that it was. I never understood why the projects were outside of the business district. When I found this out, it freaked me out, and I said, they're crazy. They're crazy. They're crazy. And their idea was they did not want blight. They did not want those who were poor to be out of mind, out of sight. So they created the projects hovering above the business district. And there was a resentment battle on a daily basis as a result of that. But that was their utopia. That was their utopia. And look what happened. It pitted people against each other. The poverty was out of control. It created not just 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 55 weeks of people being able to get paid while they got their lives together. It created 30, 40, 50 years of this dependency. And I witnessed it. I was like, something's wrong with this. But that is the status quo on the other side. And the Republican Party has accepted that status quo. They know that what the Democratic Party has done is evil. Yet they've accepted the premise because they don't want to not be liked. And the Tea Party is still around after 2.5 years of not being liked. So excuse me when I'm skeptical when I see an array of Republicans standing up there after 2.5 years of false allegations. The N-word was not hurled at Congressman Carson and Lewis, yet the mainstream media continues to perpetuate it, and we proved it beyond a reasonable doubt. They never got the evidence that they wanted. They tried to orchestrate it by infiltrating Tea Parties, and they didn't get it. They dressed up as Nazis at Tea Parties and took pictures of themselves. Infiltrate the Tea Party was their message. Why do you have to infiltrate the Tea Party to create the racist imagery if it's inherently racist? They knew that their system of keeping the Republicans at bay was no longer working because we, the people, as a grassroots, stood up and said, go to hell. So when I see a candidate being asked to be put on the defensive, are you a Tea Party member? And they say, I agree with what the Tea Party stands for. Go to hell. Go to hell. You lack courage. You know they're not racist, yet you are afraid of being called racist, so you will not stand with us. I'm pissed. And now I'm completely naked. This, right there. I know what's going on out there. Okay, good. It's, I'm a husky male model on this side. The Tea Party doesn't pay well enough. So, this has been the strangest 2.5 years of my entire life, because I used to think on the sidelines, what if I were to enter the fray? What if, I always wondered, because I worked for Drudge in the sidelines working from the basement, and I always thought, well, that guy has shown some serious courage out there, but I'm thinking to myself, what if I go out there? What am I going to do? Am I going to have the guts to stand up for what I believe in? And I can't believe it. Every single day I wake up and I say, I'm just going to play it casual today. Every day, like my business partner says, you don't have anything planned today, do you? You're not going to say anything or do anything. I go, I swear to God, I think I'm just going to watch the Dodger game, and then the Dodgers go into the tank. They're owned by the Salahis or something. So I'm like, nah, I think I'm going to go outside and declare war. And what I'm trying to do, I hope, and it's clear that this is what Brandon and Anita are doing, is that they're trying to show that you can go out there and stick your neck out there. And not only are you going to survive, hello, Republican candidates, you know what? If you stand up for what you believe in and you say that you're a Tea Party member, you may be able to wake up in the morning and look at yourself in the mirror. So they tried to kill us, and they lost. They spent 2.5 years trying to kill us, and they lost. And what they have is some people out there with teabagger signs. You know, Anderson Cooper was the one that started that on TV, and then it was perpetuated by Janine Garofalo. Do you know that since 9/11, not one of those people on TV or in Hollywood would dare call the people who knocked down the Twin Towers? If you were to say, they just said they want to kill us and our children, don't judge them. Do not judge them. We created them. Yet, when it comes to their neighbors, the way with which they articulate their hatred, these people who claim to be non-judgmental and peaceniks are not. Their war has always been against this unique American experiment. And they look at the radical Islamists with a weird sense of admiration, that they have the courage of their convictions and are willing to put their lives on the line. And so instead they judge us, and they don't judge them. And we've disproved them. And it started off with the Scott Brown victory in 2009, a month after the Acorn thing, in which they did not have enough time to scurry in order to create a ground game in order to throw an election. Then in 2010, after the harshest year, racist, 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 violent, 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 while at the same time public sector unions were attacking Tea Party people, caught on tape over and over and over. Caught on tape, Organizing for America, formerly Obama for America, organizing with the public sector unions to protest the protests. in which we were able to show the AstroTurf connection between the two, where they would chant, "Stop the hate, stop the hate." Anyone see that video when I confronted them? And when I was able to show that those people didn't know what their signs were, pure AstroTurf, and when the Stop the Hate rally, I said, "What hate? What hate are you talking about?"